ago, and man, the things that she's done, but more importantly, the things she has to share with you are seriously some of the greatest pearls of wisdom I've ever sat through in my life. I've seen her speak hundreds of times, and every time it gets better and better and better. We've flown her all the way here from the north of New Zealand.
Great.
We thought, you know, she's that good, we want her back, we want her part of Altitude Day.
Hey, bro.
And we're just really excited that you guys get to share this experience. So, without any further ado, can you please welcome one of the most wow people I've ever met in my life, the lovely Miss Ray McAvoy.
Thank you, gorgeous. Can everybody please stand up for me? Because I'm from the fitness profession, and that means we have to get fit, healthy and strong in about 35 minutes. Is that good? All right. Now, what I'm looking for is the people in the room who watched The Voice last night, or American Idol, or Australian Idol, and you thought to yourself, that should be me. And those of you who have ever sung into a hairbrush, or if you've ever sung into the mirror, or if you've ever sung in the car, and you've thought to yourself, I sound good, this is your opportunity to share with the world how good you are. Does that sound good? So I'm on a mission. If the only thing you take away from me today is this: Rowie wants to positively change the health and fitness of the whole world, and she wants to change the names of the days of the week. Because the weekdays are really boring. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, boring, boring. Especially Monday, because what do people get on Monday? School. Monday-itis. Now, when you're in the fitness profession, the word itis means inflammation of. That means inflammation of Monday, which means inflammation of having to go to school. So I've changed the names, and I want you to help me. If we do it as a group, if everybody leaves here today and decides there's going to be no more Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's going to be Magical Day, Terrific Day, Wow Day. You have to write wow with your whole body. Thankful Day, Fun Day, Super Day and Sparkle Day. If all of us as leaders walk away from here and say no more boring old sods are going to call the names of the weeks those days, those names, we're going to change it, because we are leaders and we're going to change it. And the easiest way to change it is by music, so we're going to sing it. If you know it, join in straight away, otherwise have a little listen the first time. May your Mondays be magical, may your Tuesdays be terrific, may your Wednesdays be very wow. Gotta write wow with your whole body. May your Thursdays be thankful, may your Fridays be a fun day, may your Saturdays be super. And for the school teachers in the room, super is not spelt with a U, it's got 7 O's. How does it go? Super. May your Sundays be sparkly, 'cause you choose them to be. Easy? Now, in this room today are people who can really sing. So I want you to get your microphones, your hairbrushes, your mirrors, your dance moves, and we're going to sing, and all the boring old people that are at conferences in this event conference centre today are going to go, we want to be in there with the year 9s. You ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. May your Mondays be magical, may your Tuesdays be terrific, may your Wednesdays be very wow, yes! And your Thursdays be thankful, may your Fridays be a fun day, may your Saturdays be super! May your Sundays be sparkly, 'cause you choose them to be bop, bop, bop. You are so good. Thank you. Have a seat. Woohoo! So what are the new names of the days of the week? Magical Day, Terrific Day, Wow Day, Thankful Day, Fun Day, Super Day and Sparkle Day. And what is today? Terrific Day today. So when somebody says to you today, how are you? You're going to say, I'm terrific, because it's Terrific Day. I'm infecting people with my terrificness today. So what's all of this got to do with you and your future? When I walked in here today, I watched some of your faces, because I always often stand at the door and I like to look people in the eye and say, hi, how are you? And some of you were amazing, and you looked me straight back in the eye and smiled. And some of you are a little bit shy and you turned the other direction and pretended I wasn't even there. And that's okay. Because I reckon when I was in year 9 and some old lady who's well over 40 said to me, hello, I'd be thinking, what the hell are you talking to me for? And what can you possibly teach me? You're too old. So I get that. But here's our challenge today. I've been in year 9 before. How many of you have been 46 before? There's always some smarty pants people who say, yeah, I have, miss. In another life, I've been 46 before. Okay, well, those of us that have been 46, here's the next question. How many people do you know that have gone from year 9 to 46 and, Wesley, hang on, have had a spectacular life, never worked a day in their life but had a career that they love, wake up every morning ecstatic to jump out of bed, not drag themselves out of bed, let me get my little flicker here because I want to show you something really cool. This is probably for the blokes in the room. I got a telephone call from a current affair television show to share with me that I was one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40. And they wanted to come and do a story on me. Now that's pretty cool. And I was the first woman in Australia to ever buy a brand new Lamborghini Gallardo. Brand new one. So here's my question. How do I go from year 9, I ran away from home in year 10, never finished high school, never got a tertiary education. Everybody said to me, because I was a woman, because I had blonde hair, because I ran away from Melbourne private poshy boarding school and ran away and lived in a suburb called Campbelltown. Some of you know where that is. In Brisbane, that's like saying to someone you come from Woodridge. Do you know how many people said to me, Rowena, you can't be successful because you come from Campbelltown, Woodridge? Do you know how many people in my life have said to me, you can't be successful because you're a woman and because you don't have a tertiary education and because you don't know how to count very well because I'm not very good at maths? So why I'm here today is to make sure that you go from year 9 to 46 and you have a career that you love, you're healthy, fit and strong, you can do whatever you want to do, you have a career that you're excited about, and you get to drive whatever car you want, live in whatever house you want to, give as much money as you want to charity. How many of you this morning thought to yourself when you heard the other speakers, I really want to be able to help what they do, I want to be able to write them a cheque, a large amount of money so their charity can keep going. Who wanted to do that? Well, here's what I want you to be able to do. Write a cheque that says 1 with 6 zeros. Is that a good goal to set for today? I'm going to give my favourite charities $1 million at least every year. Does that sound good? Yeah. So how the hell do you do that? Good question. Wesley said you've got to be rich. Well, here's an interesting one. The company that helped me, or my company that helped me have a career that I love, was recognised as 2 years in a row as one of the fastest growing companies in Australia. Now, how do you do that when you don't have a tertiary education, you don't have an MBA, and everybody said you're going to be a loser because you're a woman with blonde hair from Campbelltown? How does that happen? I remember my English teacher who absolutely frustrated the hell out of them, let's put it that way. My English teacher said to me, Rowena, you've got so much potential. Have you heard that? You've got so much potential. But you're never going to do anything with your life because you're hopeless. You'll never write anything. I've just completed my 16th Be Happy book. If any of you have ever thought about writing, I want you to think about this. The day that the box arrives with the newly printed books that you wrote, and I want you to smell it, because newly printed books smell amazing. When I first started in the fitness profession, somebody said to me, because I wanted to write a magazine, and somebody said to me, you can't write a magazine, you haven't got a tertiary education, you haven't got a degree in editing and media, and you don't know how to do that. And for 4 years in a row, every month I produced a well over 100-page health and fitness magazine. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares if there's a woman in Brisbane with silly blonde hair who's 46 years of age and she's done some stuff? Who cares? I don't want you to care about me. I want you to care about you. I'm here today because in this room today there are people that have already been told you're too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, too inexperienced, too young, too dumb. You can't do that. And some of you have already started to believe it. Today I've already chatted to some of you and I said, what do you want to do when you leave school? And here's what's happened. My teachers want me to do computers and my dad wants me to be a doctor, but I want to be an actor. I was in year 9 and it was school sports day and it was a room not quite as big as this, and I went to a private boarding school where you couldn't listen to rock music and you couldn't dance. So school sport was very strict, very disciplined. But this one afternoon, these 2 people walked into the sports room and the guy was wearing a long black lycra unitard, all in one suit. And he had a red headband and red floppy socks. And the lady had a full red unitard with a black headband and black floppy socks. Private boarding school in Melbourne, they turned on the cassette player. I know that some of you don't know what that is. But music came out of this box and we started doing exercise to music. At a private boarding school, you're allowed to do that. I don't know if you've ever been in love. I reckon in year 9 I was in love about 6 times a week with a different bloke. So I knew what being in love was all about. You know, your heart races and your mouth goes dry and you get all excited. Well, when we started doing exercise to music, I fell in love with the thought that you could possibly get paid to exercise to music. So I went to the principal and I said, excuse me, sir, how much are you paying those people to teach us aerobics? And he said, $30. I said, I'll do it for $25. Now, it wasn't a poor school, so I don't think he wanted to save the school $5, but he said yes. And the very next week, I stood up in front of the group of my year 9 group who bullied me. And for the people in the room today, this is just a special side note. People who are nice people, who are respectful people, who like who they are, will never be nasty to another human being. If someone's been nasty to you, they have revealed themselves as not being a very nice person, or they don't like themselves very much. Because people who like who they are would never be nasty to you. See, this group that I was in, there was 2 girls in that group who hated me, because they told me on a regular basis they hated me. And they sent a little note round to everybody. We had 2 year 9s, A and B, big school. And they sent a note round and said, if you like Rowena, tick yes. And if you don't like Rowena, tick no. Now, I know that you do that on Facebook now, but same concept. The only thing I appreciate about the 2 girls that did it to me, they had the courage to come to my face. Those of you that bully people on Facebook, you are pathetic. If you want to be nasty to somebody, at least go to their face and do it. Don't do it behind their back and hide behind send. So these girls came to me with this big pile of notes and said, everybody in the school hates you. So I did what all year 9 girls do. I went home, went in my bedroom, locked the door and burst into tears. And then realised, this is a very important question. Were those girls trying to make me happy or hurt me? What were they trying to do? They were trying to hurt me. So if they did hurt me, who won? And I got to tell you, I learned that lesson really early and I'm so thankful for it, because I decided from that day forward that no nasty people would ever beat me. So instead of suffering from what I call plum syndrome, poor little old me, everybody hates me, I decided that I would be tough and strong. This was given to me for a reason. So I pulled myself together, put my uniform on the next day, did my Windsor tie knot up, went into school, looked the girls directly in the eye and said, thank you so much for being nasty to me. Because of you, I'm going to be stronger for the rest of my life. Now, you should see the reaction on people's face when you do that. If you get someone else to fight your battles for you, if you get mum to call the school for you, or if you get your friend to fight your battle for you, you don't get to learn the lesson, you don't get tougher. And I'm thankful from this day, I'm 46 now, and I'm thankful today that those girls were nasty to me. Because I decided that I was going to get up in front of that class next week and teach aerobics, and I was going to kick their asses and make them puff. Because it was school sport, they had to be there. And for the girls in the room who would like to experience this one time, guess what the guys thought was really cool that I could do? Teach aerobics. The girls hated me even more, and I didn't care. I'm sharing that story with you because I want you to imagine what it's like when you go home to your father, who sent you to private boarding school to become a lawyer, and you go home to your dad and say, "Dad, I'm going to become an aerobic instructor." What do you think he said? Hungarian passionate man. What do you think he said? "Over my dead body!" And about 5,000 Hungarian swear words. But when you're in love and you know this is what you want to do, and this is why I'm here today, because I believe in this room today there are people who will be actors, who will be singers, who will be computer games producers, who will be diamond cutters, who will be fashion designers, who will do something that nobody's ever done before. If you believe that you can and you don't let anybody else tell you that you can't, I need you to promise me this. If you are passionate about something, don't let anybody steal your dream. If you don't know what it is that you want to do, please take this from me. Go and do a whole heap of stuff. Don't get locked into one thing because someone said, because you've got the right marks, you should become a doctor. What's the only reason you should become a doctor? Because you're passionate about helping sick people get better. That's the only reason you should become a doctor. At my school, there were a lot of people that wanted to become doctors for the money. And you know what's really cool? First of all, what I do now, I believe that as a fitness professional, I'm now responsible for stopping things like coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, depression, obesity, arthritis, anorexia, all the horrible things that people get when they don't look after themselves very well. I believe that as a fitness professional, I'm preventing that from happening, and when people have got it, I'm helping them get rid of it. So I think I'm now doing more than a doctor. And you know what else? This is thank you so much, because I'm so proud of what I do and what my profession does. But what's even cooler is that I have a school reunion coming up on the Sunshine Coast. I have not seen anybody from my school since I left and ran away from home in year 10. And a few of those people have become doctors, but none of them have been on the BRW Young Rich list. So is it possible to make money from what you are passionate about? Yes. Now here's the really cool thing. I believe, and again, it's just my personal opinion, just if you could take this from me today, I believe the only way to make money is to do something you're passionate about. When the BRW Young Rich list came out and the Current Affair called me, they said, "Ro, we want to do a story on you." I said, "That's nice, what for?" And they said, "Because you're one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40. I said, "That's lovely, how much am I worth?" Obviously the Current Affair reporter must have thought I had blonde hair, because he said, "How the hell do you not know how much you're worth?" Now you guys are really clever. Do you think I ever taught aerobics, was a gym instructor, was a personal trainer, and now I'm in fitness education and business education? Do you think I've ever done that for the money? Never. It's because I love it. And I would never do anything else. And if somebody said, put a gun to my head and said, "You have to stop being a fitness professional and start being a checkout chick," I'd say, "Shoot me." And it's not because I couldn't be a great checkout chick, because I reckon I'd be sensational. Please take that away from them today. Whatever you do, be the best at it. So what I want to share with you now for the rest of the afternoon is, please have a career that you love and never a job that you don't. You have got the whole world at your feet, and here's why I'm going to challenge you. You are the future, not of just Australia, not of just New Zealand. You are the future of our world. What are you going to do? Not the person next to you, not the important person in your classroom, not the teachers, not your parents. What are you going to do to make the world a better place? Or are you just going to live, be born, live, die, and do nothing? I'm challenging you. When you leave this planet, and we all will, by the way, there's a real positive thing for me, we're all going to die. Here's what's important. How are you going to live? What are you going to do to live and make a difference? What difference will you make to your world? I wake up every morning and say, I will positively change the health and fitness of the world one person at a time from the inside and the outside and raise the professional standards of the fitness profession. I wake up every day living and breathing that. At the back of the room today, I have some of my fitness professionals from my college. Please meet them today, because they're people that used to have a job that they hate and now they've got a career that they love. Thank you. And that's what I'm here for today. I want you never ever to have a job you hate. And let me put this into perspective for you. Pick the subject you hate the most. For me it was maths. Doesn't matter, but for you, you've got to pick your own. So I want you to think of the worst subject, the one you hate the most, and I want you to think about this. School at the moment, it's 5 days, I get that. It's 5 days, but it's 9 till 3, around about. When you get out of school and you will, it's not going to be 9 till 3, it's going to be 9 till 5, so 2 more hours. It's going to be 5 days a week. It's going to be 48 weeks of the year. Not 35, whatever it is that you have at the moment, because you've got 10 weeks holiday. You only get 4 weeks holiday when you're out in the real world. And if you go and live in America because you want to be an actor or you want to be a singer, they only get 2 weeks holiday every year in America. So imagine this, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, 48 weeks of the year, 45 to 50 years of your life doing something you hate. Maths, 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 maths. Now, if you love maths, that sounds fantastic. If you hate maths, how does that sound? Terrible. Do you know why people, I believe, why people are fat, why they're grumpy, why they're miserable, why they hate their lives, and why they're depressed? Because they have a career that they hate. They have to wake up every day on Monday, suffering from Monday-itis, going to a job that they hate to pay their lousy, stinking, rotten bills. I do not want that for you. So how do we make sure that doesn't happen? You know how people, usually when you come to events like this, everyone's got, well, you've got to do 1 step or 2 steps or 5 steps or 10 steps. Everyone's got a number of things you need to do. I'm going to give you one thing you need to do to have a career that you love, to have a life that is amazing, to be happy every day, to be fit, healthy and strong, and never be grumpy ever again. You have to do one thing. How does that sound? I picked that beautiful picture because that's the king of the jungle and we all respect a lion. Even humans, we respect lions. And I want you to think about what that word means, because it's not just a couple of letters put together. The first thing I want you to think about is your own self-respect. If you respect yourself, would you smoke? Stupid people smoke. Disrespectful people smoke. The thing about smoking is it's disrespectful not to your own self but also to other people, because other people have to smell that disgusting smell. If you take the worst toxic chemicals in the world, wrap them in a piece of paper and suck that stuff into your body, do you think that's respectful to your body? Thank you. Most people are miserable and grumpy, so they take drugs. Drugs in any way, shape or form, whether it's an antidepressant drug or it's a coronary heart disease drug or it's an ecstasy drug, is all about my body's screwed up, my head's screwed up, so I have to take a pill to try and fix it, or I have to smoke something to try and fix it. When you have self-respect, everything you do is designed to look after your body. You know, a Lamborghini is a pretty exciting race car. Do you think I ever took that car to the petrol station, filled it up with budget, cheap fuel? You see, everyone knows the answer to that, don't you? But here's what's really important. You are far more important and far more expensive and far more valuable than a Lamborghini. And you're also far more clever to put rubbish into your body. You know, because you're so smart, that putting high sugared foods, high fat foods, fast food into your body day after day after day after day is not going to fine tune your machine. Turn to the person next to you and say, I'm a highly tuned machine. I am a highly tuned machine and I my machine. Let me give you another example. If I were to give you $1 million racehorse today and I said, look, it's like black caviar. This horse is going to win every race it ever goes in. Would you wake it up in the morning, feed it a Red Bull, give it a Big Mac or a bacon and egg burger, put a Diet Coke down its throat and say run? Of course you wouldn't. I want you to think of yourself as a valuable, important, high-performing machine. For those of you who would like to be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life, and notice that I didn't say ripped abdominals, low body fat, look good in a bikini, any of that stuff. What did I say? Healthy, fit and strong. When you're healthy, fit and strong, you can handle everything. When you're healthy, fit and strong and somebody's nasty to you, you just stand up with your shoulders pulled back and you go, bring it on, baby. When you like who you are because you respect yourself, you would never be nasty to somebody else. So I'm going to take on the role just for a couple of minutes as the fitness expert. Do you know what an expert is? It's a spurt under pressure. Not really. I'm going to take on the role as expert because I believe, unfortunately, that my profession, the fitness profession, has given you some dodgy information. And if you could take from me today, having been doing this since I was 13, I'm going to give you some information that costs nothing. You don't have to buy any pills, you don't have to buy any potions. You don't have to go to the gym, you don't have to buy a book, you don't have to buy a program. It costs nothing, it's for free. It's logic and common sense and will keep you healthy for the rest of your life. Does that sound good? Okay, so it starts with this. Everybody stand up. So exciting. All I want you to do is turn to the person right next to you and give them a huge big smile. Go, 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 go. Now the first part, we're going to put this into a song, of course. The first part just goes like this. Be happy. Be happy. And I want you to get the rock going. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. How's it go? Be happy. Be happy. Now here's a little next side bit. You've got to be happy regardless. If someone's trying to upset you, make you miserable, hurt you, and they do, they've won. Here's how you really can pee them off. When someone's trying to hurt you, what are you going to do? Be happy, be happy, be happy. When someone's trying to make you angry, you're going to be happy, be happy, be happy. Pretty easy? That's the first one. Here's the second one. You ready? It's very easy. Stand up straight, stand up straight. Sing it out loud. Stand up straight, stand up straight, stand up straight. Now what's the first one? Be happy, be happy, be happy. What's the next one? Stand up straight. Stand up straight, stand up straight. Now here's why you've got to stand up straight. First one, when you stand up straight, what holds you upright? When you sit up straight, what holds you upright? Your abdominal muscles and your back. Here's a question, who wants a fat tummy for the rest of your life? You do not, don't lie. Here's how to have a fat tummy. Sit like this, stand like this. Because when you are sitting or standing like this, what are your abdominal muscles doing? Nothing. Now here's the next bit. Just hold this and watch. Those who can see me side on, I want you to look here. Guys in the room, this is a given. All guys want to have a nice chest, yeah? You want to have a big chest. If you sit like this, which direction is your chest pointing? And is it bigger or smaller? Smaller. So guys in the room, if you want your chest to look bigger, pull your freaking shoulders back and stand up straight. Okay? Got it? Now, ladies, if you've got a little chest and you round your shoulders, how big will it look? Smaller. And which direction is your chest now pointing? No, it's called saggy direction. For the girls in the room that have got a bigger chest, most of you who have got a bigger chest, you're trying to hide it, so you do this, and now you've got big and saggy. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to stand up straight, stand up straight. What are you going to do? Stand up straight, stand up straight. To do that, you are now going to have tight, strong abdominals for the rest of your life. You're going to have a great looking chest for the rest of your life, and people are going to think you're important. Because when you walk and stand and sit upright, people think you are important. This happened to me at Townsville Airport 2 days ago. I walked down the stairs out of the airport, and I always walk fast, and I always walk with my shoulders pulled back. And the man stops me and he says, "Excuse me, are you important?" What do you think I said? Yeah. I said, that's a lovely thing for you to say. Perception's everything. You've heard this before. Fake it till you make it. If you're not important yet, just walk like you are. So what's the first one? Be happy, be happy, be happy. What's the next one? Stand up straight, stand up straight, stand up straight. Beautiful. Have a seat. The next one's very important. We can do it sitting down. Now I want you to do it with a real relaxed and casual. It's like a bit of a rapper song. It's going to go like this. Drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. Drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. Drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. And drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. Do you like that? Now, let me explain from a technical point of view so the teachers don't get upset. First of all, does everybody wee? Everybody wheeze. Next thing, if you ever think somebody's important, I can't talk to them because they're too important, I always think this. They breathe air, they eat food, they live in a house, and they tinkle in the morning. So nobody's more important than anybody else. We're all as important as each other. We all tinkle. Now, the important thing, though, is that your brain cells are 90% fluid. Your muscle cells are 70 to 80% fluid. If you are dehydrated, in other words, you haven't drunk enough water and your wheeze are yellow, because that's how you'll find out if you're dehydrated, because your wheeze will be yellow. How do you think your brain's functioning? I used to get in trouble in school because I go, excuse me, miss, I need to go and get a drink. No. You know what I used to say? I'll die. I was such a smarty pants. Teachers hated me, and I'm very sorry, because I was just disrespectful. I was an arse. I didn't respect myself, so I was disrespectful to other people. And I want you to learn that today, because here's what I didn't learn in school. Nobody said to me, drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. You will think better, you'll act better, you'll dance better. You will, not that I could dance at my school, but I did teach aerobics, so I pretended I was dancing. You'll do everything better if you've got clear wee. I think there should be a sign in every classroom with gold stars. Everybody's name. And in the morning you should be asked, have you had a clear wee this morning? And if you have, you get a gold star. And some of the captains are saying, we're going to do that. See, the leaders in the room have said, what a great idea. Okay, next one. You know this already. This is really important. And I'm going to talk about this because here's my challenge. No one else will tell you this. And I wish somebody had come to my school and told me some of this stuff, and they didn't. So I'm going to share it with you today. You have to poo every day. This is all about self-respect. See, if you respect your body, you'll put the right food into your body, which means you will poo every day. And if you poo twice a day, you're an absolute legend. And it's got to slide out easily. Let me talk to the more mature gentleman at the back of the room. 1 in 3 men that die of cancer die of bowel or colon cancer. That's because their poo has not been sliding out easily. When do you think you need to learn that? Now. For the girls in the room who diet, here's what happened to me. I went on a diet once when I was in year 9, twisties and white bread. I did that so I could lose weight. Do you think you poo when you eat twisties and white bread? The answer is no. You have a sore tummy, you have a bloated tummy, you feel disgusting. I wish somebody had come to my school and said, Rowie, are you pooing twice every day? I didn't know that. Now here's how you do that. It's not by taking a laxative, and it's not by drinking some form of Metamucil or something. Here's what you do. You ready? In your seat, you're going to do this. Eat more fruit and vegetables, eat more fruit and vegetables, eat more fruit and vegetables. Bum, bum, bum. You've got to get that third bit at the end, because it's 3 servings. Eat more fruit and vegetables, eat more fruit and vegetables, eat more fruit and vegetables. Bum, bum, bum. Now, fruit and vegetables have vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fibre. Fruit and vegetables have got little brooms in them that take all the junk out of your body that you put in your body and sweep it out the other end. If anybody ever tells you to go on a detoxifying diet, you're going to say, don't be ridiculous. My body is far too smart. I wee and poo. Every day, because I wee and poo every day, I detoxify, because that's what your body does. To get toxins out of your body, it poos and wees. Isn't that exciting? Just say, yes, Rowie, it's exciting. So, everybody stand up. How many? It's really easy. What's the first one? Be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. What's the next one? Stand up straight, stand up straight, stand up straight. Drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. Drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. And drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. Eat more fruit and vegetables, eat more fruit and vegetables, eat more fruit and vegetables. Ba, ba, ba. How good was that? You can sit down now. If you do that, let's put this for the logical, scientific, research, analytical people in the room. If you were the leader in your family, in your classroom, in your school, at your church group, at your sporting group, and I'm not talking to the people who are already elite sports people who already drink lots of water and eat lots of fruit and vegetables and train for hours every day. I'm talking to the people in this room today who you or somebody in your family has already talked about exercise as a swear word. There are people in this room who don't exercise. You have people in your family that don't exercise. Here's what's really sad for me. I started in the fitness profession when I was 13. I'm now 46, and in that time the world has gotten fatter and sicker and weaker than it's ever been. Because the simple things like be happy, have a positive attitude, stand up straight, have great posture so that your whole body is in alignment, drink more water till you've got clear wheeze. You know, there's so many diet books, but they don't start with drink water. Not Red Bull, not Coke, not Diet Coke, not stuff, just drink some water. Eat more fruit and vegetables. Poo every day, wee every day. And the last one goes like this. This is so much fun because the people out there will want to come in here. It goes like this. 4 times we're going to do it. We're going to puff 4 times. Ready? How's it go? All right. Most of you in this room have heard that exercise, if you don't do it for 30 minutes, don't bother. If you don't go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, don't bother. I used to say that to people until a lady came up to me, and it was at a gym in Castledine in Brisbane. I was managing the gym there. And I told her that if she didn't exercise for 30 minutes, she shouldn't bother, because 30 minutes was the amount that you had to do. And she came up to me, hadn't finished her 30 minutes, and she said to me, Rowie, what if there was a power blackout at 19 minutes and the treadmill didn't work anymore? Would my 19 minutes still count? Which began my research and excitement on how little amount of exercise can I do to be fit. For those of you that run hours and hours and do lots of sport, look, congratulations. But for those of you that don't have time, don't like it, and you've got people in your family who need to be active, if you've got a little brother and sister that's become overweight, you have to get them moving. And if you could just get them to invest the same amount of time in their body as they do in brushing their teeth. Now, everybody brushes their teeth. Just say, yes, Rowie. Yes. What happens if you don't brush your teeth? They rot. Yeah. You've got bad breath. Nobody wants to kiss you. It's awful. Yeah. If you could get everybody to huff and puff 4 times a day. 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute at morning tea, 1 minute in the afternoon, and 1 minute before you go to bed. Just this. Not go for a gentle walk. I think walking makes people fat. Do you know why? Because people go for a 30-minute walk and it burns off about 150 calories, and they go, wow, I walked for 30 minutes, I deserve a little reward. I'll eat a muffin. So they burnt off 150 calories and put on 350. Now they're fatter than they were before they went walking. Fit people burn fat faster. I want you to get fit, healthy and strong. How's it go? Fit, healthy and strong. Fit, healthy and strong. Commit today, self-respect for the rest of your life, that you will have a positive attitude. Be happy, be happy. You'll stand up straight. You'll drink more water so that your wee's clear. You'll eat more fruit and vegetables, and you'll get huffy and puffy at least 4 minutes every day. Does that cost anything? Thank you. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? If you want people to think you're stupid, walk around with your undies hanging out of your shorts. Now, I'm sharing this with you for a reason. Question, very important question. Shh. If this wasn't the fashion, would you still do it? I always ask this question because we're in Queensland and Schoolies is happening. I've just got an email today for a lady that wants me to put an ad in a magazine for Schoolies coming up. And I go to Schoolies at the Gold Coast and I see like 10, 20 girls walking together. And I think, if I was a bloke, how would I pick which girl I wanted to go out with? Because you're all dressed the same, you've got the same fingernail polish, you've got the same hair, you've got the same shorts, you've got the same clothes, because you're all trying to be the same. You're all trying to be in fashion. This is fashion. It's also stupid. If you want people to think you're stupid, wear your pants. Your pants don't belong down there. First impressions are everything. You all have a school uniform. I watch with interest today. If you've got dirty shoes, people will think that you don't know how to clean your shoes. And this is not about people thinking, you caring what other people think. This is the reputation that you want to have. If you have dirty fingernails or chewed fingernails, do people who respect themselves chew their fingernails? No. So you're just going to say today, no, I'm going to stop chewing my fingernails. I watched today, those of you that have a tie, I went to a school that had a Windsor knot tie. You had to do your top button up. I used to have an absolute hassle with my teachers because it was, do your top button up, do your top button up, do your top button up, until it was explained to me this way. Gentlemen in the room, when I say to you, why haven't you done up your top button? You've got a shirt and a tie. You know what guys say to me? Miss, my shirt's too small or my neck's too big. So I explained to them the way it was explained to me. Gentlemen, if your doodle was too big, would you walk around with your fly undone? No, you wouldn't. What would you do? You'd buy bigger shorts, wouldn't you? Because it would be disgusting. So if your neck's too big for your shirt, what are you going to do? You're going to buy a bigger shirt because it's disrespectful. It is disrespectful. If your uniform at your school is top button turn up and you walk around with your top button undone, that is, hey, that is disrespectful. If your teacher asks you to do something and that is what the school requires you to do, and I learnt this the hard way because when you get out into the real world will kick your ass. It won't be nice like in school because the life is much tougher than school. I even teach my students at my college now and the people on my team. I'm 46 and today when I met Wesley, I still called him Sir. Wesley, how old are you? 11. Because I want to be respectful of all people. When you respect yourself, you will respect other people and you'll respect all things. This is my pig, Louie. He's a coony pig. I want to tell you about Louie very quickly because I have to wrap up now. I've got about 2 minutes. I'm going to talk really fast. People say don't be a pig and they mean don't be dirty, don't they? My pig is so clean. He poos in one corner of his pen and he eats in the other. And if he's eating and he's got a poo, he walks to the other side of the pen and poos over there because he's clean. And yet I go to schools all the time. I go to school and there's a rubbish bin and people walk past the rubbish bin and drop their paper on the floor. Are you so stupid that you do not realise what the rubbish bin is for? My pig, and coony pigs are very intelligent, apparently next to humans, the next most intelligent creature on the planet, but he would never put his food where his poo is. But you guys, some of you people will walk past a rubbish bin and drop your rubbish on the floor. Stop it. It's disrespectful. When you leave a public toilet today, when you leave this room today, it should be better than when you went there. If you leave rubbish on the floor, hair in the sink, you leave your classroom and you've left your stuff behind, you are now disrespectful of your school. You are revealing to the world that you are not respecting who you are. Stop it. Please be smarter. These are my puppy dogs and I'm going to leave them up there for a minute because they're gorgeous. These are my three little pigs, Gucci, Prada and Louie. I'm sharing this with the people in the room that have ever been bullied. Buy yourself some pets, get a pet, because pets love you unconditionally. These are my llamas, I have 5. And my llamas are called Vuitton, Dolce, Gabbana, Ermenegildo and Zegna. These are my two donkeys, Tiffany and Dior. Do you know why I love animals? Because animals are for real, and they're respectful, and they love unconditionally. And I'm going to finish and share a story about Roger. The pig that you can see in the background is my mummy pig Gucci. Two girlfriends, and we just swap in between the two paddocks, between Prada and Gucci. And what happened, we woke up one morning and Gucci had had 7 babies and 4 of them were dead. And little Roger, which is the one that you can see there, his back legs didn't work. He was, we thought, paralysed. The next door neighbour, and I don't know very much about farming because I'm an Australian who lives in New Zealand, I don't know very much about farming. My neighbour said to me, Rowena, you have to put Roger down. I hadn't called him anything yet. She said, you've got to put that pig down. He'll never survive. If he can't get to his mother's booby, he'll die. I'd like you to imagine that little pig in my hands, and she said, you have to drown him. I was at home by myself. My husband was at the college. And I'm just thinking, how on earth do I drown a pig? How do I do that? So I said to him, I'm going to call you Roger. And the reason I'm going to call you Roger is in 1954, there was a man who was told that you couldn't run a 4-minute mile, and that if he tried to run a 4-minute mile, he would die. In May 1954, Roger Bannister ran the 4-minute mile, and ever since then it's been normal. He proved to the world that what was impossible is now possible. So I said to little Roger in the bucket, Roger, you're going to live. I'm not going to kill you. You have to live. So this is me for 3 days feeding Roger because he couldn't get there by himself. So I just held him up against his mummy's booby so he could drink milk. That's Roger. That's the first day that he stood up on all 4 feet.